We Yep. So, just to let you know, if yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so just to give you just a few moments, I might go quiet for a little bit because I'm doing stuff in the background, checking the stream's volume levels and doing backup recordings and all that. So if you
No
want to
worries.
just chat away amongst yourselves, I'll just do all my stuff.
Should we chat amongst ourselves then? I mean, I think it is going to be good. But, but I mean, we need it. We need it like now,
Yeah,
desperately.
from what we've seen from all the flight stuff, it seems to be that it seems to be going okay.
It's not even that. It's all the videos that we've seen on YouTube of people recreating things.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh
Yeah, that was where I was just loading up the stream on my phone just to check, and it's like, oh no, what's going on here now?
yes.
I mean, it's the pitfalls of obviously having to do the live stream stuff. Always the way.
It's all right. He's got niggle out those kinks, haven't you?
Yes,
Niggle out,
always.
is that a thing? I think I said that wrong, but yeah.
It says it can't. Nana said he can't hear you.
Okay, how about now? Now you should be able to hear me. I might be, in fact, a little
Yep,
too
you can.
loud. Okay. Okay.
No, you seem to be all right. I've just checked it on my end, obviously.
I always have to be careful
without.
because my audio just goes like bananas and takes over everybody's, and I'm like, "Hi, everybody!"
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're in control of the stream itself, so I guess you
Yeah.
have the ability to turn yourself
Okay.
well above everyone else.
Yes, but I think we're good. Okay.
I think so.
I didn't
yes.
want to lose any comedy gold.
I mean, I am hilarious.
It's
so.
true. I mean, chat, you missed so much before we went live.
Yeah.
Well, I
So-
don't know. I just joined and then you said we're going live. I didn't say anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you can't prove it. I didn't record it, honestly.
Oh, that was me being funny. I forgot. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
No, we were talking about
But
Forge.
as you were
that
saying
was it.
before, Forge, yeah. Let's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand anything that 343/Microsoft did in regards to Halo, and they're releasing Halo because none of it has made sense, and I don't know why Forge is taking so long, but I'm glad it's coming though. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a bit confusing. I mean, I've always been a huge Halo fan, and I will forever support the franchise just because of
yes.
how deep it is to me. And even with all the missteps that have happened, I'm
Yep.
like, it's okay. They will come out the other end eventually.
Yes.
Except for it's taken a bit long for that eventually to happen.
It has.
Yeah. From the reports that I've been reading about everything to do with the development of Halo Infinite, it sounds like a lot of the employees that were working at 343 have now been dispersed elsewhere into Microsoft's ranks.
Is that
So
true?
they've now got a very slim squad of people dealing
Really?
with post-launch stuff.
That's
And they
wild.
were developers that had no clue and weren't there in the project when they were building it. So they're having to learn all the code base.
Okay.
That's wild.
Okay.
So yeah, could be waiting a while for some content, I'm afraid.
That was crazy. But
Well, I think that's part of what Forge is for, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, like it allows the community to create the content for 343. I mean, if it came out earlier, then we would have an abundance of content available, and then they could curate it and just put it out to the masses, the ones that are most popular, that
I
kind of
mean,
thing.
Yeah, true.
that's what Bethesda
It worked for
does.
Dreams.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
And Bethesda does that with their
Yeah.
Works for Roblox.
creation club. Whatever.
Roblox.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
know if
the
you can see that,
first and last time I'll ever mention Roblox.
Look, Roblox has its place, and
It has its fans, yes, I get it.
there's
Definitely not for me.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, no, okay, maybe not playing, but I do like to watch some streamers when they do. They did like a Squid Games version, and Roblox,
Oh my
and I
god.
got hooked on that for a while.
Okay. How did that kind of play out?
It was crazy. They had a lot of challenges, and Here's what I'll say. The creativity that you find in Roblox is quite astounding. Not being generous.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna nail on something here. Was it
Yep.
by any chance Kevin?
Yep, it was. He got me into it. Call me Kevin. I was gonna say Irish YouTuber, but he now lives in Spain, so I guess he's a Spanish YouTuber now.
Well, you could definitely say Spanish-Irish.
Spanish-Irish.
Irish-Spanish?
Irish-Spanish, there you go.
Spirish?
Irish? Yeah.
Spirish.
If I was Spirish, I would play Spyro the Dragon all the time, non-stop.
I mean,
Spyro
Spyro is a fantastic game.
I love Spyro. That's
Yeah.
like my childhood personified. That was my game I was most obsessed with as a kid.
I mean,
Out of those two from the PlayStation generation, I was more Crash Bandicoot.
same. I was more Crash, but I did appreciate Spyro for what it was.
Oh, I loved Spyro.
So,
yeah.
I love Spyro because you could fly in it. I loved Crash, don't get me wrong. It was fun. It was a little bit difficult, but Spyro,
You couldn't ride a polar bear. A baby one.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, true.
That
Very
is
true.
Very true. Nana
But
says,
on an... Go on, Karen.
I was going to say, Nana says in chat, yeah, Roblox has gotten surprisingly competent with the games it has on it. It's great. It's the community. It's like we were talking about. It's curated games from the community. And it's very interesting. I mean, but that's like way back when. What was the game? It was on PlayStation 3, I think. And it was like Sackboy, but it wasn't a
Little
Sackboy
Big
game.
Planet.
Little Big Planet, and people got to create things in that, and
Yeah.
that was insane to me.
Yeah,
some of
but
the stuff they came up with. Like,
It was amazing, some of the creations that I had in that, but it was an unfortunate side of the fact that you had to play a quite mediocre campaign to unlock everything to create levels.
yeah, but that happens on certain games. Call of Duty,
I'm not saying anything more. Really not.
I made my stance
there's been
clear. I'm a Battlefield fan through and through.
I mean, we've had this discussion, I think, even last week.
We did. That's why I brought it up.
Okay, good.
Never really
Right.
linked to Battlefield
I love
myself.
That's fair. I mean, was you more... If you had to choose the two, it was Call of Duty over Battlefield.
I enjoyed the Call of Duty franchise. Yeah, I fell off like probably 10 years ago, and I did jump back into Modern Warfare 2019, which was really good. I love the campaign on that thing, but I'm not really competitive in the multiplayer side of it these days. I don't really care for multiplayer on that. But back in the day, it was a lot of fun.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think I've really truly played a proper Call of Duty since Modern Warfare, the first one.
First one. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
because
some
the
time.
That's some
campaign was
time.
actually
Dude.
fantastic at that game, though.
You should try the most recent one. I think you might enjoy it. But Pete's not really
The 2019.
Pete's not really
Yes.
an FPS player. He's a fighting
Okay.
game and a
No.
platformer.
Yeah, if I do play an FPS, I much prefer the arcadey sort of style of FPS, so Time Splitters.
Yeah. I mean, have you played Time Splitters lately?
Yes, it still holds up. It's fantastic.
Does it? Do you think it holds
Yeah,
up? I
think it does.
I adored Time Splitters, and recently, you know, when the last batch of backwards compatibility came out.
Yeah, that's
which
when I
was
played it.
That I went and bought it because it was like £3 or £4 on the Xbox store.
Yep.
And as much as I loved the game, I just moving around in it was so weird because the controls, like you move your character with the right thumbstick and they move in a weird way to the camera. So
They do,
where
yeah.
it's not fixed, is it? And because of where we are mechanically with first-person shooters these days, it just didn't feel right. But
Yeah, I do get what you mean with that one. When I was playing the campaign of it, it did feel very, very strange. But then I think a few days after that, I had a couple of mates over and we played it multiplayer, and it was still just as fun as ever. I think it was because we all sucked at the game still.
Well, I was gonna say if you're playing it with your buddies, and if alcohol's involved, which it wasn't with Pete, I'm just saying if alcohol's involved.
It was with them.
Any game is fun. I will play anything. You give me
Yeah.
alcohol
Yeah.
and a controller, I will play.
that's fair. That's fair. I do wish we would get a modern day remake of it though.
I think we are going to get one, either that or like a collection remaster, because obviously, with Embracer Group, that they've got the license now.
Oof, they've got everything. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We should probably talk about that on the show, though.
We probably could, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
because that was big news.
That was ridiculous.
That's crazy. Who owns Embracer? Right. Are they just their own?
Oh, well, Embracer are the parent company. They have a load of other companies underneath them.
Crazy to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment. I've just got to check this local file.
All right,
no worries.
Then. Well, we've got... Oh, well, I was going to say chat has 1 more minute, but they actually have no more minutes.
No more minutes. No more minutes.
No more minutes. Get in here now. They will start trickling in as we talk. That's usually what happens.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. We could just talk. We could do what we do.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Yeah.
Have a chat.
Hello.
Hello.
I've been saying that to you.
Were you trying to do like an English accent then?
I was. I started doing that for some reason. To people around here, and they just look at me because they know I'm American. And they're just like, oh. Some of them are like, oh, well, hello.
That's fair.
I was like, instead of howdy, y'all, that's how I'd really say it.
I mean, you should just stick to your guns. Just go full American. Just don't worry about it.
Hi, y'all. What's up? What you doing? Oh my gosh, that sounds terrible.
Where'd you come from?
See, that's the problem. Is my accent is so like as I continue to drink. I'm from Texas, so it's going to get more southern and more redneck.
That's okay. That's fine.
What kind of games you play?
I'm kind of a bit. I mean, I wish I hadn't drank half a bottle of vodka last night because I would have had a drink. Instead, I'm just drinking water.
Water is boring.
I know, but we don't have any vodka left in the flat, so.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
That's what happens when you decide to go on a binge.
Half a bottle is not a binge.
It's just a regular Saturday. Just a regular Saturday.
Better make sure you stick it on your shopping list for next week then.
I know, I need to replenish.
There's the empty bottle.
Oh, good.
Nothing in there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I come with props.
Sort of half expected that from Mr. Framey game.
Yeah, I actually do have. I've got. I don't know if you can see. There's a few frames on the wall there.
Oh yes. Good.
I can see.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't help our audio listeners, but it's good for our visual listeners.
Yeah, but it gives us a reason to keep going. Oh, look! Check out the Twitch and the YouTube.
Yeah, and just go and have a look at the pictures and the videos and all that. I don't. I might have to go and grab it in a second. I've got a controller framed down on my my desk.
Oh, I think I did see that you were doing something with that. We can talk more about that obviously in a bit. Yeah. But I did see that you had posted a picture of a controller up.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites.
Oh, that's cool. Then we should pull that out at some point. Of course, I mean the controller. So we should probably.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that, because I was like, huh? What show have I come on to?
Exactly.
Yeah, we've managed to trick you into believing it is a gaming podcast. It is not.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we're live streaming on.
I was gonna say, are you gonna go for it? You want to say it?
On the hub.
Any of them?
Yeah, on the hub.
There you go.
The explicit version of YouTube.
I mean, I could have gone with one of the other ones.
Right. Yes.
One of the lesser known ones.
Well, I could have gone with something
Hamsters?
that rhymes with a sexual act and chatting.
What?
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna push that.
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
Okay, good. All right, I'm glad you picked up on that.
Hamsters.
Yeah, no, I know which one
you're
on about.
Okay. Nobody heard that. I'm very, very glad.
No, it actually cut out. You didn't hear it.
It did.
I said hamsters and the letter X for our
Oh,
listeners.
yeah.
That's another favourite.
That's yep.
Why am I saying that?
Whoa, yeah. What am
I nearly did myself, and I'm
Close
glad
my
I did.
favorites. Close my favorites folder. I don't know what we're talking about.
I'll tell you what. To be honest, I have no shame, so it's fine.
I don't have any
fair
shame
enough.
either. That's what's so funny about doing a podcast that's quote family friendly, is I have no shame.
Yeah.
Neither do I. But
I know.
we have to curtail it for some reason.
Usually we have our third co-host Kieran, and he keeps us nice and neat and on track and clean. And me and Pete, we try our best to get him to crack, and
We tried to deprave him, yeah.
It just doesn't work. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, he's a pure Scottish boy, which is very weird coming from someone who's from Scotland.
Yeah, I know a few people from Scotland, and they like to. They've got some filthy minds up there.
They do. Anyway.
I definitely think the Irish are probably the most filth, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one person in particular can take the reins for that.
I think he is literally the filthiest man in all of Ireland.
No, he's not, believe it or not. He's pretty standard.
Well,
I live here in Ireland.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you know better.
Yeah. He's pretty standard. It's pretty great over here, I'm not going to lie. You get to say the F word all the time, just constantly. And nobody bats an eye. Little old ladies, they come out of church and they say it, and it's like, oh.
Once they're out of church, though, right? They
Oh
won't say
yes.
it in church.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Once they're out of church, absolutely.
That'd be blasphemy.
Yeah, you can't blaspheme in front of the Lord. No chance. I'm pretty sure that's capital punishment there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably,
I mean, they'd burn up before they left the church, surely. So.
Okay.
Well, I know that. I don't know that for a fact.
I was going to say I probably should move over there. Really, free F word pass, but
I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I don't think they would accept me with open arms.
Oh, that's right, Pete. I forgot you're English.
I'm English. Yeah.
Pete, the trick is just to crack on and just say it over here, and you don't bat an eyelid when you say it, and everybody else is the wrong one. So that's how I've worked
Yeah.
out.
I mean, try telling that to my boss.
Oh goodness.
Okay, I effing will.
Okay.
I think we're sufficiently warmed up, didn't you? I think the audience
I
is here, so
I think so.
I'm sad
Grab
because I've already drank it.
Holy hell!
Yeah.
What the hell?
That was
Yeah,
full.
It was.
it
full.
takes me by surprise every time. Trust me.
20 minutes ago, that was full.
This is the problem. It's only 9% alcohol. It's mostly sugar. And I'm disappointed.
Oh,
because
I see.
I feel nothing.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, she
no.
says she feels nothing. I guarantee you she does.
No, I guarantee it as well.
It's loosen
I guarantee
the cockles.
Yeah, I guarantee that I'll get a message later and go, oh my god, why did I drink a whole bottle in 20 minutes?
I don't think I've ever regretted it. Have I? Pete?
No, I didn't say you regret it. I just said you just send me a message stating it.
Kylie, never regret your decisions when it comes to alcohol, okay?
Oh, I never have.
Never regret.
Oh, I've had some of my funnest, best times just fully loaded.
Me too.
Absolutely the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I love it in Ireland. I mean, put it
I can
this
definitely
way.
talk about that. Sorry, carry on, Karen.
Well, I was just going to say, Friday, I did... so for people who don't know, I'm in a CrossFit gym. I'm not vegan, but I am a CrossFit. So
Actually, yeah, you have to tell everybody, don't you?
yes, everyone has to know. And right now the CrossFit Games are going on, so we did kind of like a tribute type thing. So I did a 2K row, a 400 skips on a rope, and a 15K bike. Which was insane. That's an insane workout for anyone who doesn't know.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
it is a lot. And if you know anything about Kylie, hates cardio.
Yeah, I hate cardio. I hate it.
So you thought you'd do about 18 plus K
Right.
worth. Yeah.
I hated
Makes sense.
it. Yeah.
It does.
But because it's in Ireland, everybody got drunk afterwards.
Excellent.
So you had a bunch of athletes just knocking back beers and hamburgers, and it was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever experienced.
That sounds perfect to me. That sounds like right. I need to move to Ireland. So yeah.
Yeah, it definitely
great.
sounds like you should. It sounds like you'd fit in really well
I'd
there.
fit in really well. I put some of them to shame. I reckon with my drinking ability.
I like that challenge. But, all right, we should probably start the show because again, we're missing all the comedy gold for our audio
Yeah, we should.
listeners.
Okay. Just quickly, obviously, before we start recording, just to let you know, Kylie, Nana did hear what you said.
Yeah, I see that. I'm ignoring it.
I know. He did. He did.
Yeah.
He did hear. So, you might have got it past us, but definitely not him. Nana,
Okay.
please clip that.
We're on. Oh gosh. Don't clip it. Nana does our great clips. He's got great comedic timing, and he clips our shows. It's so funny.
Sometimes even when we're live.
Yes, yes. But
That's impressive. I like that.
Yeah, he's good like that. He's been
Pete,
slacking a little bit recently. I'm a bit disappointed, but come on.
that's right.
There's been some comedy
get on
gold
it.
recently
Yeah.
as well.
Oh my gosh, I know. Pete, we're on 132, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, I'm ready
Okay,
for
right.
this.
So local recording is recording, so we're good to go whenever. So if everyone is ready, I'll count you in.
Yes.
Go.
Sweet. So let's start the show. God, that was so distracting every time. Say about me being distracted, Jesus.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting in
I know
character.
you're poised.
Poised and ready to pounce. Okay.
Yep. Okay, right. Start the show in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to episode 132 of Rapid Reviews Radio. But we, as in I, your co-host Kiley Wilde, and my co-host Pete Beckett, have a great show today. And a very, 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 very special guest whom I think most of our listeners know quite well. That is Kirk, also known as the Framey Gamey man. Did I do that right?
You did. You got that spot on. I mean, there was hesitation there. But you got it.
Yeah, good. Got it in one. Yes. First take, Kiley, always. Pete never has to edit me, ever. But what I do like to do every week, I like to check in with everyone, see how their week's going, get us kind of loosened up as we begin this journey, this audio-visual journey for our listeners.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kirk, how has your week been? Let us know.
How's my week been? It's been busy. Very busy.
Busy's
I
good.
mean, I literally work all day, and then I work basically all night, and then I go to sleep, and then I repeat the process. So that's literally it. Apart from last night, where I had half a bottle of vodka with my partner. So.
Yay! My personal favorite event over the weekend. But
yes.
I mean, yes, that is the work life, because I mean, we'll get more into it obviously in a bit when we do the actual interview. But I mean, you basically work and then also do your Framey game as well.
Yeah.
Right?
So I have my main job, which is a large hardware retailer in the UK, where I work in their head office.
Nice.
I say I work in their head office. I basically work at home, but I work for the head office. And then during the hours of 5 to whatever time I go to bed, I basically deal with people's frame requests and dealing with making frames. So
yeah.
But I enjoy that. I enjoy it. So with that in mind, it's not so much work, if that makes sense.
Right.
So working for the other guy, I say the guy, you know, it's big
The
conglomerate
man.
thing, but
The man.
you know, working for the man. It's you know, I enjoy what I do enough there, but it's still my work. It's just my standard job. But doing something that with the frames, that's more of a passion project for me. And
absolutely.
seeing the
know what
immediate.
Yeah,
Seeing
you
the
know what they
immediate
say about that.
response.
Sorry, Karen.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, seeing people's responses and stuff is just is fantastic to me.
Yeah. That makes it all
Yeah, I
worth
mean,
it.
you know what they say about that. If you're doing something you enjoy, it doesn't feel like you're working.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
It's a cliche, but it's true. Absolutely, it is. Yeah. I always say work as in your 5 to I don't know what.
You're 9 to 5.
9 to
9 to 5.
Okay, thank you. I don't
Just remember
work,
Dolly.
I don't work 9 to 5, but 9 to 5 is get you through the day, get you your income, what you want to do with your life. That's your tool. It's a tool. It's a means to an end. You know, blah,
Yes.
blah, blah. And then you do your passion project.
Yeah.
That's what
it.
it all
So-
is. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's my week.
Very, very, very good. Also ending it on my favorite thing, which is drinking. And I think more should be done across the world. More people would be happy. No, I'm kidding. Please, I'm kidding. Don't message us.
No, everybody should drink. Everybody should drink.
Feel
Everybody.
ashamed.
Even you should drink.
Okay, just for that, I'm gonna go and have
There
a
you
drink
go.
tonight
Yeah.
because I've been told.
break his 3-year streak. But Pete, that does bring us to you. How's your week been?
My week has been interesting, to say the least. I'm working from home for the next couple of weeks until I decide to leave the job and move on elsewhere to pastures new and go on holiday. But so yesterday I had a pretty full-on day where I was up at 5 in the morning because I opted to go and play golf. Bad idea.
Why would you
How'd
Yeah,
that
this-
go?
do that?
Oh, it was very good. It was enjoyable. Out on a golf course on the side of a hill at 7 in the morning, catching the sun. It was quite nice actually.
Yeah.
Quite peaceful. So
Did you burn? I can't tell. Did you burn?
I did not burn. It wasn't warm enough like last week to do that. So,
Okay.
but then I decided to do something a bit different yesterday, where I went out with my partner and a couple of her friends to a board game cafe near to me, which was
that's
really
cool.
really fun.
Now that's very cool. Now, when you say board game, you're not talking about tabletop, like.
Oh, they had tabletop role playing games there, like all the manuals and that you could run games there if you wanted to. Loads
That's
of
very
classic board
cool.
games like
Monopoly?
Frustration, Guess
There you
Who,
go,
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
We ended up playing Rummy Cub and Quirkle, which are quite fun games. I
don't know
played
what
those
those
around. There's one of them's a pattern match game, and you base score pretty much on colours and
Oh, cool.
points and stuff like that. And then Rummy Cub is a numerical based one, so you have to call lines, patterns, colours, and stuff like that as well. So quite fun, quite
That's
fun.
very cool.
Very cheap as well. It was only £6 for us to sit in there for 3 hours.
Oh, that's good. That's very
Was that
good.
£6 each or £6 for all of you?
£6 each.
Okay.
Ah.
And then obviously they charge premium bit more on drinks when you're in there because they want to keep you business, of course. But
Yeah.
the service was very good, so I'd very much recommend it. Obviously, if you're in that area of London, it's called Ludacris.
Oh my goodness.
Is that Ludacris? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the meaning behind the name of? I mean, I feel like I'm being stupid and I should know this, but
Is it
I can't say I know, to be honest. I probably should have asked them.
is it like Ludaquest as in Quest?
No, it's Ludacris, I think.
I don't know. And yeah.
I know that
No.
there is an old. I think there is an old game called Ludo, so that could
Oh,
be a
there
play on
is.
that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is, but there is Ludo. Yeah.
Yeah.
for some reason I was thinking it was a play on words from Ludacris, but
That's
never
what.
mind.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's why I was like, is it Ludaquest? Maybe I should open one here in Ireland, call it Ludaquest, and then it'll be like
Oh,
all
okay.
RPGs, all the time, 24/7.
Yeah.
We
I
need-
mean,
we need something like that here.
you definitely do.
Yeah.
You definitely do.
We used to
I know
have a
there is another
barcade.
one. So you used to have a barcade
We
there,
used to have a
you say?
barcade, but I think it shut down during the lockdown because we had one of the strictest lockdowns in the entire world. I was gonna
Yeah,
say UK, Europe, no, the world. And
No, it was particularly harsh.
Yeah, I think we lost both our barcades. They were owned by the same
a shame.
people, so yeah.
Barcades are bloody awesome.
They're very cool.
Mm.
They're very cool. Oh,
I remember going to one in Amsterdam that was in the middle of the red light district actually.
oh my
and,
gosh.
It was fantastic. Like they had everything going. They had like Street Fighter arcade
my
machine in there. They had
gosh.
like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all the stuff, and then there was just this bar in the middle that was like a podium square kind of thing.
Nice.
my
And it was reasonably priced because they just want to keep you in there.
Yeah.
You buy chips for the machines, and they just work as they would have back in when they first came out.
Oh, I
So-
love
Okay,
it.
I'm just going to need 2 minutes to go and book a flight to Amsterdam quickly
Yeah,
for no
exactly.
other reason other than that, you know.
I don't know if it's still there. This was probably about 4 years ago, 4 or 5
Oh,
years ago. I
okay,
went,
fair
but-
enough. I mean, perfect location, really, in the red light
Oh,
district. 'cause
absolutely,
you always know
absolutely.
one drunken person's going to want to go
Oh.
down there, so you've got to kill some time whilst you wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Of all the places I've been, I've not been there yet, and I'm just dying to get over there. I want to go
Amsterdam?
so bad. Yes.
You need
So
to go
much
there.
fun.
Yeah, it's what everyone's like. It's so much fun. It's worth it. Just go, and it's like, okay. That's
I've
where
been
I'm gonna go.
twice, and I'm going again in October. So I'm
Ah.
actually going on a cruise in
Nice.
October.
Amazing.
So I can't wait to be twice the size that I am now
Yeah.
once I've gone on. But
Yeah.
we're stopping off in Amsterdam for a day and a half. So me and my partner are going to go get drunk and have party and
Nice.
stuff, and
Nice.
experience what Amsterdam has to offer yet again, because It's a wonderful place.
Yes.
Oh, it is absolutely wonderful. I've been there 4 times myself, and the most insane one was when I did literally 24 hours there. So I think I got in, or it was less than 24 hours, it's like 13 hours. So I got there like first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. after travelling for 13 hours by coach. Went mad until like 10 o'clock in the evening, and then was on a coach home. It was unreal.
With friends, I assume, or
A couple of mates, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Was that like the like a Eurobus thing, or like
Megabus?
Megabus.
Yeah, the old classic. You know, get it for pennies on the dollar, basically. You know, get there. Takes a long time to get there, but still worth it.
Y'all are lucky with that. See, I can't get off this island for less than 200 quid. I can go to Glasgow and I can go to London, and that's it.
£200.
Yeah. To get
is that
anywhere?
How much it is?
Yeah, to get anywhere. I can get to London, like I said, I can get to London, and Glasgow I can get for about 40 quid, and then London I can get for 60. Anything outside of that, it's like, oh dear.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sucks. That's the island life for you. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also,
you chose to go there.
I did.
Yeah. Also, paying 60 quid to get to London when most would pay 60 quid to get out of London.
I'd pay more.
I would gladly pay more than that. But anyway, Kylie, how has your week been? Just, you know, can't not ask you.
Yeah, my week's not as adventuresome because my workshop is still closed till December. It's under reconstruction because the ceiling fell down. And, so I'm kind of doing small little odd jobs here and there. I'm still working 9 to 5, but it's mostly on computer, which is, you know, not as fun. And then mostly I've just like been obsessing on the gym because it gives me an outlet to obsess
CrossFit by any chance?
Do what?
CrossFit by any chance?
I might be CrossFit, yeah. So CrossFit is this thing. In case you didn't know, I do CrossFit.
I didn't. Could you tell me more about it, please?
Yes, I will tell you all about CrossFit. But to be fair, that has been a good outlet because I am just like, I'm a workaholic by nature. And when you take my workshop away, I'm just like, so I've been doing contract jobs, which is, it's fun, but it's not as satisfying. Kind of like with the Framey game thing, you know, where your passion is. My passion is graphic design. No, my passion is the things I produce with my workshop and stuff like that. And I can't produce it, so I'm like, it's all pent up, you know, creativity and stuff. But December, I'm back on.
Let's hope so.
January. Yeah.
And that's also the reason why I get messages saying, "Do you want to play Fall Guys on 1 o'clock on your lunch break on a Friday afternoon?"
Yeah, messaging Peter at like lunchtime. Do you want to play Fall Guys?
I'm more than happy to oblige.
I'm like the annoying little sister. Like, Mom said I could play on the Xbox now.
There I was thinking to myself, "Oh look, my boss let me have half an hour to go and do something on my own time. Sweet."
Speaking of it, I don't know if you guys heard of this, but there was a story not too long ago where apparently they either were given a warning or they were fired from their job because they played video games during their lunch hour whilst they were at home.
Are you joking?
Nope. I can't remember the details exactly, so I can't source it. But there was a story because it was on another podcast that I heard, and and they were reporting this story, and I was just like, that's insane. Like,
no way.
I'd be fuming. If I'm at home and I'm on my lunch break, I'll do whatever the hell I want.
That is my
thank
time.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have one employee. I would have more if my freaking workshop hadn't exploded. But and they are allowed. Like, I don't care. Like, once they're clocked, I literally do not care what they like. Whatever, do whatever. I don't care. But that's because I worked for a corporation. The only job I was ever fired from back in Texas, I worked for a corporation.
Okay.
And they accounted for every second. If you were 1 minute late, you got written up. So I was written up all the time because I was like, what? I have ADHD. Time has no meaning to me. And then, like lunch hour would come around, and I'd hop on the internet. They had good internet. It was better than my phone internet. So you know, but I wouldn't like stream anything. Any streaming I did on my phone, but I just regular like Google searches and blah blah. And they walked into my cube and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "It's my lunch hour. It doesn't matter. This is company time." It's like,
it's not company time.
no, it's not. Yeah,
No, it's not.
you're stealing from the company. It's like, what? I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm done.
Okay. Note to self: don't take Switch with me for lunch break to new job. Okay, good to remember.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny that you say that about a big corporation, though, because I work for a big corporation for my normal job, and they are very trusting of their employees, in the sense that, like, it doesn't matter too much if you're a little bit late or something, and as long as you make the time up, you know, that kind of thing, and whatever you do on your lunch break is irrelevant. But where I've worked before, in previous jobs where they're small jobs, where there's only like a handful of people that work there, like say 20 people, they were the ones that were like, if you're not here on time, if you're not early, you're wrong, you're late. You're late even if you're not early. It's like, what? What are you talking about?
Oh
my hours are 8:30 till 5, not bloody like 8 o'clock till 5. So
yeah,
I will say
I've had that from smaller businesses as well, because I sort of work for quite large corporations as well. So I think the one time that I didn't work for one that was like a major corporation, they were a little bit funny about things on your lunch breaks. That obviously, if there's no staff room, what else are you going to do but sit on your desk or go outside? So I just went, all right, I'll go outside and go and play my Switch there then.
Yeah. Well, I will say the difference being that I worked for an American corporation. And Americans are very, very funny about their work ethic. So, yeah, they want you. What is the saying? The saying is, better to be 3 minutes early than 5 minutes late. That's it. 3 minutes late. Better to be 3 hours early than 3 minutes late. No, thank you.
Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me.
No.
Nope.
No.
Not about that.
No, in those 3 hours I can sleep.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that it's very much I would say a lifestyle, a culture in America to clock in early, work on your break, work on your lunch, and then be the last to leave. And I'm just not set up for that. I don't have that in me.
No one should be.
No.
That's not fair.
No, it's not at all.
Like, what are you getting out of that in terms of like working your employees to the bone? Like, what are you giving them for what they're giving back, they're giving you by making them do that?
Exactly, and that was my thing, and I brought that up to my manager and all that kind of stuff, and they're like, but the company is the end all be all. You know, we work for the company, and I was like, nah, I'm too much of an individual for this, so go ahead and fire
Through the company.
Me. Yeah, exactly. I'm out of here.
I mean, there's a lot of issues with stuff in America, but I'm not going to go into those because that starts getting political then. We'll move on from there.
That's for our political podcast.
God, we haven't done one of those references in ages.
I know.
What show have I come on to?
Yeah, we've completely blindsided you. This is not a gaming podcast.
Yeah, we tricked you. But actually, that does, Pete is correct. I do need to remember this is a gaming podcast. We do have our special guest, Kirk, and he's here for a reason.
He is.
If you're, like I said, most of our followers are very aware of who he is, if not by sight, by knowledge that he is the Framey Game CEO. I don't know what to call you. Inventor, starter, proprietor,
creator,
The creator,
the creator,
the inventor.
Kirk, the creator. So,
Let's not go down the road of like alluding to me being God, as I'm far from it. I'm not. I'm definitely not.
But I know that I personally am like extremely curious about all the background info. That's not the wine talking, by the way.
Sure.
But I mean,
he keeps saying this every week. I don't believe her still.
I don't feel a thing, she said. I don't feel a thing.
I still feel nothing.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
But if you are an avid Twitter peruser, as I myself am, you will see a lot of his work, and it is amazing. It's eye-catching, like immediately. Like the first time I saw this thing that he's going to talk about for anyone who doesn't know. The first one I saw, one of his products, eye-catching immediately. You're just like, what? What is that? I want it. You have a desire when you see it. You want it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to turn the reins over to Pete because we're trying something new this week.
Yeah, well, this is an idea that came a while ago from someone else that was posted to us. We haven't stolen someone else's idea, I promise. The boss of Rapid Reviews came to us and asked if this was something we wanted to do. So I'm gonna oblige finally 6 months later and do
Lord
it.
Mike.
So just so we could get to know you a little bit and any new guests that we do generally have, we've just got 5 quick fire questions we wanna ask about your gamer credentials, let's say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
get ready.
so yeah, they're just rapid fire. It's the first one that comes to your mind. So Mario or Sonic?
Sonic.
Okay. Master Chief or Doomslayer?
Master Chief.
Obviously. I knew that was coming. Favourite genre of games?
Probably first-person shooters.
Okay. First game series you ever played? Or first
Sonic.
game you ever played?
Sonic.
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
And favourite series of all time?
Halo.
Woo!
There's a lot of Sonic and Halo in there.
I love all of those answers.
Okay, well, technically, as per the usual way of like what it was back in the 90s, me and you are mortal enemies then.
Oh gosh.
Right. Okay.
Mario, I was Mario, you were Sonic.
No, that's fine. But at least we like play games together now. We can play sports together, like
Yep.
Olympics, that kind of thing. We've buried the hatchet.
We have, yeah, we
Have
could.
we?
We have, and if not, we can
We
always
have, right?
go onto Battlefield and duke it out in Smash.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll take Master Chief to your Doomslayer any day, mate. So.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, all
I
right.
I love Doomslayer. Don't get me wrong, because I do love the Doom series, but nothing's gonna beat Master Chief. Which, for our audience, our visual audience, I swear I'm wearing a UNSC shirt, but I couldn't get it on camera. It just looks like
I'm not
angel
repeat-
wings up here.
I'm glad you said it because I wasn't repeating what I said beforehand.
Yes, Pete's very honest with my outfits. But
Am I?
Yeah, sometimes. But we are really here ultimately to talk to Kirk about Framey. Which is okay. You know what? No, I'm not going to take over because that doesn't make sense. Kirk, why don't you give us a little bit of a background of what it is you do?
What do I do?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, in a sentence, I put people's favourite games into frames. But there's obviously a lot more to it than that.
Yes, I think so.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to start from the beginning, like where it came from?
I would love to know, like, how the idea came about, the action that you putting it into action, and where we are today. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, it did originally start. So I was on Twitter back in December, and I saw some pictures that someone had got for Christmas. They had these Halo discs in frames, and I was like, "That's a cool idea," but I didn't like the way it was executed because basically what it was the disc in the center of the frame, and then the cover art behind it. So the cover art, and it was just like it just got lost behind it basically.
Yeah.
It wasn't even acting as like a subtle backdrop. It was just printed full color, like as if it was the sleeve, for example, and the disc was just plonked on the top. And I was like, I think I can do better than that. So my job by day is a graphic designer. And in the past, I've worked for various companies which have given me a lot of knowledge as to what kind of things and materials I should use to
Yes.
execute this in a better way. So I basically got to work, and I did Halo 1 to 3 in my normal sized frames, which are kind of like yay big. Listeners, I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm doing measurements with my hands. And basically, I put them together, put them on Twitter just to show people what I'd done, because it was, I just did something for myself, and everyone it kind of blew up a bit, and they was like, "Where'd you get that? Where'd you get those from?" And I was like, "I made them." And so, "Can we buy them?" Oh, people want to buy something that I've made. So I kind of like tested the waters of people a bit, and I had a few sales for some like initial custom work. I mean, the first one that I ever did was Superman Returns on the Xbox 360.
Oh wow!
That's an interesting choice.
Wow,
it was the customer. It was his favorite game of all time. So, I mean, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a favorite, haven't they?
That's right. That's right.
We don't shame here. Everyone has a different game that they love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Mario. So.
Look, I love Sonic back in the day. All right, I wasn't that bad.
Yeah, sure.
I remember lock-on technology. All right.
So, yeah, basically, it kind of, I did that. I was selling through Etsy. I kept getting some traction. People were seeing my stuff and saying, "Oh, can you do this? Can you do that?" And it kind of got to a point where I was like, if I keep going doing what I'm doing, I'm going to need to put my own store together. So I still currently have an Etsy store as another avenue for people to find my stuff, but that's kind of more dead in the water now. People that follow me on Twitter or follow me on TikTok and Instagram, I link to my main website, which has got a bunch of different designs on there from all the big franchises and even some more kind of indie ones and niche ones. And then I'll do custom requests as well. And in the last couple of months, it's really starting to blow up, as they, or as the kids say, blowing up. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, those usual tweets that you see. It was like, oh, this tweet blew up. Come follow me here.
Yeah, some of my tweets do blow up.
Hit tweet, man.
But that's basically what's happened. That's how it's all come about. And I mean I love seeing where it's going and how the real big driving factor for me is obviously it is a business at the end of the day. I'm not going to shy away from the fact it is making some money, but I love seeing people's reviews and reactions to what I do. Like, it really is a driving force, because it's a personal thing. Not only is it a personal thing, like their favorite game, but if someone's requested a custom game or something, just hearing them say thank you so much for this, like this is like my childhood immortalized now, and it's something that I've made it, like, and put it together for them, and it's something that they couldn't just go and buy elsewhere. So it's just really nice to see that kind of reaction from people.
Yeah, so I did it last night when I was out with my partner and a couple of her friends. The two friends are both casual interest in video games, so I told them obviously what I was doing today and who I was interviewing. I then showed them a couple of the concepts that you had on the website, and they went, "Oh my god, that is amazing! That's a really unique design, like really unique business." So like, it's not something that is just solely exclusively for gamers. I think it's something that most people could sort of appreciate, really, in terms of any media. Like, if you've got a favourite film, favourite CD, album, anything, you could expand the business into literally anything you want from here.
Well, I've done a few CDs now. Funny enough, 2 different people have asked for Metallica albums, so are quite a few of my followers seem to be Metallica fans, which is fair enough.
I did, I saw the Ride the Lightning and the Master of Puppets ones that you've done. And they look amazing.
They've come out really well. So those are currently on their way to the buyers, and I have done a few films as well. Even so much so that, and this is what I find amazing. So I ship to a lot of different places. Obviously I ship to the UK, and I will ship to Europe and like Australia, etc. But a lot of my sales do come from the UK, America, and Canada.
Oh right.
And someone emailed me asking for. It was 7 different frames, 4 of them being films and 3 of them being GTA frames. And
nice.
This is someone that doesn't know who I am. I'm just this guy on the other side of the planet, and he's like spent this money with me to do something for him for his 4 favourite films and 3 favourite games, and it's just that baffles me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can get it. You know, how first of all, how did they find you, and then second of all, like, why are they spending this kind of money? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, a start-up business basically.
It's just it's bewildering to me, but I love it at the same time. And like when he received them, he was over the moon. He was like, "Thank you so much. These are incredible." And I just love to see it, really. So
Yeah. So, in terms of the community feedback, like the unboxing videos that I've been seeing doing the rounds recently, especially
Yes.
the one you posted up this morning, how did that
was
first start
hilarious.
coming about?
I don't even know. I didn't ask anybody to do anything. The only thing I've ever asked is the people that I contact that have like come to me for a custom request. The only thing I say is if they were happy with it, would they mind leaving me a review on Trustpilot? That's
Right.
it. I don't ask them to do anything else. I don't say post it here, do that, do this. So the unboxing stuff is just people doing it off their own back. The one this morning I thought was hilarious. I can't even remember when that guy bought the frame. So I've done so many lately, but it was hilarious just the way that he did it, but it gives a really good insight as to what it is for people, and I feel like I pack the frames really well, and I try to keep I don't want them breaking in transit because otherwise it's pointless. So I wrap the crap out of them in bubble wrap basically. And it's a nice little unboxing experience, and you get a bit of Haribo in there most of the time. Not everybody has, because
I noticed that one. I was like, what's up with the Haribo there?
it's just a nice little thing. It's just
Fair enough.
it's I mean, you bought a product, but you get some sweets as well.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get diabetes from a little mini bag of Haribo. So
I mean, it might push someone over the edge. You never know.
yeah, that is true. But I just love the way the community gets involved with me. So I am really, all the marketing is done via me just posting on the socials and stuff. I don't pay for any ads. I don't do anything like that.
Yeah.
It's purely me interacting with my community, and I love
that.
the community getting back involved with me. And I've made like good online friends from it as well, because even though I'm posting through the business account as like Framey Game, I treat it. I'm very transparent with what I do, and I'm very open and honest about things.
Yes.
And I think people appreciate that.
They do.
Because there was a couple of months ago, I had where I get my frames from, they were running really low on stock, and I had a lot of orders coming up, and I was very scared that I wasn't going to be able to fulfill all these orders. So I basically put on my Twitter saying that people that have ordered, you might have to wait longer than normal because I've got a shortage of frames. I then managed to source some, which was like a 2-hour drive from where I live, and I went and I just filled up the car with more than I needed. I was like, I'm hoarding these. I
actually remember this. That was something I was going to bring up. I remember you posting a photo of that.
I do as well.
Yeah, just a bunch of, but I related so heavily to that because of my own business and I knew the drive. I knew the 2-hour drive. I knew what that entailed, and I knew how much you were working for your clients.
Yeah.
I knew what you were putting in that. And I think that was good because you let people in to kind of the behind the scenes type
definitely.
thing, and I really think like that's something that I personally do with my own business. I think that engenders or just kind of grows your kind of community, kind of what you were saying.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciated that on my own personal level because I've been through that.
you can relate to it, can't you?
I can relate,
So,
exactly that. Yeah.
Trust me, the amount of times that I've heard Kylie talking about I've got to go and do like a drop down the post office. It's like, how many have you got to do today? Loads. It's like a full carload, possibly.
Like for me, because the lockdown, Ireland also is very, very cut off from everything. And I had a boatload of trophies I had to create. So I had to go and drive, 2 hours and go pick up these trophies. And it just felt like I knew what you were feeling.
it's definitely one of those experiences where I just don't want to let anyone down.
Exactly.
Because I'm trying.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm trying to sell a product, but people have paid me their hard-earned money. I'm assuming they've worked hard for it, unless I don't know how they earn their money, but they've worked hard for it. They've paid for a service.
They
so
put their trust in you. That's it. That's such a, you feel a responsibility to your, I'm going to call it a community because it's just easier to do that. But you feel a responsibility to your community because they have worked hard for this money. They have put their trust in you, and you're like, I don't want to fail them.
I don't think I've failed anyone so far, unless they've just kept it quiet. So.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
But on that, so customer service is a huge deal for me because I value good customer service myself. If I get bad customer service, I'm not the kind of person that will complain. I can't be asked with it. It's just, unless it's really, really bad. But I will bitch and moan about it, basically.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be the cause of someone doing that to me.
Right.
So I try to make sure that everything is above board and go even further. So there have been 2 separate occasions, 2 customers got back to me saying that. So one, it's like a perspex acrylic panel that's used for the front glass sheet, basically.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to break it in post. But one customer had one that had cracked. I don't know how they had it cracked, but it cracked. They got back to me. They weren't furious or anything. They said, this has happened. And I said, no problem. I'll get you a replacement sent out. And he got it the next day, and he couldn't have been happier with it.
That's great.
Another one
Perfect.
had a similar thing. I posted it out. It arrived in a couple of days, and at the end of the day, I don't want people chasing me to say, where's this? Where is this? Where is this? Like, I'm trying to keep them in the loop as much as possible with that whole transparency thing. So
absolutely, I respect that so much. From my own position. But yeah.
So, in terms of that side of things, what's your main form of communication with customers post sale?
Okay, so what I found is, so the customers that go to the store and buy something, I won't end up email. I can't email everybody because I am getting more and more sales now. Right. So the customers that just buy something on my store, there's a disclaimer that says thanks for your order. It takes 7 to 10 working days to complete your order before dispatch, and then it will be posted. So expect a couple more days from that. I usually aim to get them out sooner than that, but it's just me on my own doing this, so I need to make sure I've got some time to source the game, source the prints, source the frames, make sure everything's there for them. But with regards to contact, anyone that contacts me via Twitter, email, or TikTok, or even Instagram, they're the ones that I make sure that I go back to because they've gone out of their way to contact me in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and this is another way that I've found like really good online friends. Basically, like there've been a few from the early days, and there's more that have joined on as I've gotten more popular. Who I would just have chats with in general, nothing to do with my frames, just like talk to them in like DMs and stuff, and it's just a nice thing to be. I've got a lot of time for the people that are around me, basically. So
that's very
I've noticed that there's quite a few people on the Twitter who will just comment on certain things, and then you just see a comment from yourself just come in because you just like having chat with people. And I think I've had a couple of conversations with you on Twitter as a result of that as well, and it's quite nice to see that because it's the very personal touch that you don't seem to get from businesses at all usually.
Yeah,
I think that tends to be why most people start going towards indie sellers.
Yeah, this is it. It's a very niche product that I'm selling, and I want more and more people to be able to see it because obviously it's good for business, but. Right. I'm also a person. I'm still a person, and I'm not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. It is a business, but I'm not using the business account to do typical business conduct, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'll quite happily go and like swear on someone's tweet or something under my Framey game account just because it's me. That's what I am as a person. If someone gets offended, that's their problem. But it's the majority of people that I interact with. I know I can get away with certain things, so
yeah. No, I absolutely agree with that. I've had PR people tell me because I do own my own business, and they're like, oh, you need to make your Twitter account should be very like distant and stuff like that.
No.
I got bored, so I just post whatever crap enters my brain, and then hopefully my clients aren't scared away by that. But if they are, well, they're not. They're not gonna like my stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
So like to that end, like this morning, I'm just trying to find it. Last night I posted. I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted. Should I go and I can get access to one of the Halo Infinite Elite controllers.
Yeah.
I said, should I buy it? Just give me an excuse. And I had like a bunch of people liking it and giving me reasons as to why I should, which is basically you don't need a reason, just go and get it.
Exactly.
So it's your money, you buy it.
Yeah.
But everybody, like a load of people got involved, and that's nothing to do with the business per se,
Right.
because it's a personal thing for me. But people said sorry, it's not like me trying to post a new frame that I've done. It's just like,
Right.
oh, the Framey Gamey man wants this controller. Should I go and get it?
Yes.
And people got involved. So
Exactly.
and I have it now as well, by the way.
Excellent. Of course you did. Was
Very
that
good.
after your half a bottle of vodka with the missus?
Yeah, it was this morning. It was this morning. I had a couple of people say, "Jesus, you don't mess around, do you?" And I was like, "No." I rolled out of bed and went to the location that it was, and I bought it. So,
Nice.
That's amazing.
Exactly.
So I'm interested to actually ask you about one particular side of the business where you said about sourcing games. So I believe if my research is correct on this one, you have two options on your website. You have one where customers can send copies of their games, and one where they can source the games.
yeah.
So where do you generally tend to source the games, like apart from eBay?
So what I tend to do is CEX is a really good one for me. I've got a few near where I live, so I will go into their branches and I check the conditions of the boxes to get the best ones I can, and I ask to see the front and backs of the discs because so there's two options on my site for supply where I supply the disc. So there's one where I stick the disc in the case straight to the panel, which means it's irrelevant what the back of the disc looks like because it's going to be stuck there forever basically. But if they use the protected version where you can take the disc in case out in the future, I will make sure that there's a version which is more than acceptable basically.
Yeah.
So there's that. I don't have like a disc cleaner at home or anything. I just make sure that the disc quality is as good as possible, and I do the same when I'm searching on eBay. Like I will message the seller and I'll say, can I have some close-up pictures of it? So because I don't want to give anyone a crap product basically. And when they receive the games, the frames, the customers that is, if it's a protected version, the disc has to be out of the frame because otherwise it will come loose in transit. Because it even though it's secured when it's on the wall, because it's on a secure spindle that doesn't spin, but it just clips on. But any shunt like in transit will just knock it out, and I don't. That's a bit of you don't want it loose when the customer opens the frame. So
yeah, so you would say it was sort of like it would be in a disc tray on a console where they say don't leave your disc in transit, basically.
Yeah, basically. So
yeah.
So
that's pretty cool. So your local CEX must be absolutely sick of you at this point.
They love me, mate. They actually love me.
I was gonna say.
The funny thing was, so I was in there yesterday getting a few more games actually, and they're quite happy to they know who I am now and what I do. I've shown them what I do, etc. And this leads me on to two things which I think is hilarious. So they let me go through their discs. They give me the ones that I'm asking for, and they let me check them because they know I'm not going to run away with them or anything, and I just want to check the condition of them. It's just quicker for me to do it than it is for them to get get out and stuff. But when I go to one that isn't local to me, which I've done sometimes, so say when me and my partner go like away to a friend's that they've got a CEX close to them, I'll go there to pick up some games as well that I might not have had in the local ones. And they're so like protective of them. Like they're like, can I see the front and the back of the disc, please? And they go, yeah, it's. They go. Yeah, and they go away from me as they do it.
That's why I was asking, because that's always how it feels in my local CEX.
Yeah, no, the local ones are fine with me just touching the disc to see them. But then the other thing that I was going to lead me on to, when I was in the one local to me yesterday, one of the guys there. So they had a CEX fest, which is like their piss up for the staff basically,
Right.
Yes.
and all the different CEXs around the country end up going there, I believe. And apparently one of them was showing all the other like people my site. So he was like, "Oh, this guy does this stuff," and I was like, "Oh, you were marketing for me, were you? Thanks very much."
Nice.
So,
Well,
Maybe it's more of a heads up. It's like if this guy comes into your store, please just let him look at the discs.
It's so weird. I know they're protecting it. I'm sure they've had like certain people that have like run away with them or something.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But it's like I ain't gonna do that. Just let me see the front and the backs. I've got a reason for why I'm doing it. Come on. So
well, that actually makes me think, just based on my crazy brain and the things I have planned in the future. Have you ever thought about doing like conventions and stuff like that?
I have. I actually considered doing EGX this year, but
Nice.
I contacted them, and the space that they had available was too big for me, so it was too expensive.
Yes.
I only wanted a one slot, but they only had 2 or 3 slots available, and I was like, I'm not paying that amount. So, and also, you know, on a business side of things, it's disposable income to be able to do that in the first place, which is now thankfully gotten somewhere, which is a lot better than it was when I started looking earlier. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go to EGX this year and scope out the place. I went last year as well. I'm going to go this year with a few friends, and I'll just check the area out and see what I could do and envision with my head, what I need and what would look good. But that'll be the big one that I do, and then I'll probably do like a smaller one just to test the water with it.
Sure.
I mean, the real problem for me is, first off, I don't know what frames are going to sell the most at any given convention. And obviously, if I sell out, I can say, "Oh, I can take your order now," or just point them direct into the website or something. But at least it's getting the name out there. But I felt like I needed to wait to do more market research to see what frames sell the most over a period of like a year, and then I can go, okay, so these ones sell the most. I'll take more of these and less of these ones. So hopefully that kind of give me, you know, when it comes to people buying them, it would just mean that I don't actually end up running out of stock or something like that.
Right.
So
Well, that makes sense.
because that would be the worst thing in the world, wouldn't it? To be go to a convention and by like day 2, you're like, sorry, I have to close up because I've got nothing left.
It's actually good,
Yeah.
but
It's good, but it's
bad.
also not great at the same time. But then I guess one of the things that you could do is you say, like you said, I haven't got any left, but if you want to let me know like what you want, you can order it now, and then I can get it sent out to you once I get home. You know, things like that. You could just basically have it where it is an ordering spot.
Exactly. You know? Also, I don't want too many because I only live in a 1-bedroom flat with my partner, so we don't have a lot of room anyway. Right. So I can't do more than what I need because if I've got to bring them all back, I don't have anywhere to store them.
Right. Well, I know you've been at this, you know, has it been a full year? It hasn't been a full year.
Since January.
Since January.
Yeah.
Have you had a lot of duplicates, you know, type of things, like, people ordering a particular game more than others? Has it been long enough to see
Halo
that?
3 is a big seller.
That's a
people
really
love
good
the
frame.
Halo 3 one.
Yeah, it's a really good frame too.
It's one of my favourites as well.
Yeah.
And Metal Gear Solid 2 sells quite well as well.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I was going to say that because obviously on the website you've got Metal Gear Solid collection and the Halo collection as well as the mini ones.
Yeah.
So I would assume that they were going to be probably your biggest sellers.
No, they are. It's. I do a lot of custom work more than anything, but you know, obviously everything that's on the site is there just to show people exactly what I do, so that they get an idea of the scope of what it is that they can have as well. And obviously it's always easier for someone to buy one that's essentially pre-made. Like I just get the print done, source the disc, and then it's put it together. Whereas if I've got to design one like for them personally, then there's more involved, but which is also fine. It's just if you've got one that's ready to go, it's easier, isn't it? So
Of course.
Well, have you ever thought about, and I'm sure you have, but like Steve Downs, who's the voice of Master Chief, who's the greatest voice ever.
greatest man in the world, yeah.
Oh yes. Have you thought about like sending off, getting his autograph on one, and then having it like a premium price or something like that? Has it ever like entered your thoughts and stuff like that?
So this is the funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this has two parts. One, I'm actually seeing Steve Downs in December at Wales Comic Con.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm getting my own copy signed to put into the frame. So
Lucky.
I've got, I don't know if, hang on, let me just grab this. There we go.
Perfect.
So I have this. Sorry, audio listeners, I'm showing a frame at the moment. So
that's so beautiful.
it's-
So cool.
Oh.
it's the quote. Don't know if you can hear me. It's the quote where from Infinite, where he says, "We all fail, we all make mistakes. It's what makes us human." Because it's quite a powerful quote.
It is.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
But I'm going to get the disc signed, and I'm going to have that for myself because Master Chief is
Absolutely.
legend.
Yes.
But I have had customers who have wanted to use their own games because they've got them signed already. So
Oh, wow.
the option that I have on my site where it's use your own game is I put all the stuff, I put the mounts in place for the slip case and the spindle, and then they just have to put their own game in, and it's very easy for them to do it. So it's a unique one for them.
Oh, that's
so-
good.
Really cool.
So I don't think it's worth me personally, unless I can get a giveaway from like a developer or something who supplies me it, and that, like, for the community, it's not really worth me doing it myself, because I think I'll probably just end up with a bunch of like signed memorabilia that may just be knocking around for a long time, and I'd rather just like people use their own thing in that respect. So
I think that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
It
And
does,
I am
yeah,
pure
for sure.
jealous.
I can't
Yeah,
wait.
Oh,
I can't
I was
wait.
going to say, I thought I was dealing with a Halo super fan already, but now I've got to.
Well, it would be. I would also love to have Kojima's signature for a Metal Gear game, and David Hayter as well, because obviously he voiced Snake.
gosh,
Oh,
yes.
of course, yeah.
But that's next on the list.
Yes.
So.
Oh, that's so good. But I do like the option though, that because I didn't think about that when one of your options is put your own disc in there. I didn't think, oh yeah, you could put your own autograph, disc in there.
Exactly.
And that's
and it's
very good.
It's safe in there for them. It doesn't matter if it's the disc or the case. It's on show, and rather than just saying, "Oh look, I've got this signed copy of this game. It's on my shelf." Like they can pull it into the frame. Dust's not going to get in there. It's like safe from being splashed on and stuff.
That's
yeah.
perfect. That's
I would imagine it's much better when you've got kids running around the house.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Not as easy to explain when you hear a big crash coming off the wall.
see, that's why I'm not gonna lie. I'm very pleased to hear that. Well, I was pleased to find out that they're Perspex, because that is like you could drop it by accident. Because I'm very clumsy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I drink, not often.
Just on a Sunday.
Just on a Sunday, a whole bottle of rosé. Don't worry about it.
And this is for our viewers. Yeah, it's gone.
You really did Houdini that bottle.
I did, but it's only 9% alcohol per volume, so it's not.
Oh, only.
It's not that great. I need 12%. It's like a beer.
You're just sitting there going, lightway.
It's equivalent of a beer.
I am.
Yeah. I can feel the judgment.
Right. You'd be right. No, like I am very clumsy, and I do knock things off, and so, like, that's why I haven't taken things out of my box and stuff like that, just because I'm so. So it's actually good to hear, when things are done. Well, they're done proper. They're done right, and stuff like that, and safe and good.
I mean, it's important that I supply a good quality product for people. So, and people underestimate the quality of what I do until they've got it in their hands. So this is why my community is fantastic, because they say the quality is outstanding. It's much better than I thought it was going to be, because I think a lot of people thought I just printed onto like photo paper and stuck it to a board. And it's like, no, I actually get the artwork printed onto a Fomex board, and then that goes in. So there's no. So this is one of the things where my knowledge of my past jobs has helped, because it's if you use like a photo paper, you've got the potential, and a real reality, even if you spray mount it on or something like that, there is the potential that it will sag, especially under heat. So if you, and the reason it could sag is the weight of the disc and the case on there could pull it down over time, and then you got a pointless product.
And moisture will make it ripple regardless, even photo paper.
Exactly.
Yep.
So printing onto Foamex is what mitigates that, and I can mount everything straight to that, and the artwork's not going to get ruined because it's printed straight to the board. So
exactly. So I'm going to verify for him, for our listeners. If you're hesitant, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, he's 100%. That is high quality. You're not going to get a better quality than Foamex board for this type of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's great. But that is something that I do notice, that a lot of people, when they're doing their unboxings or they're posting their photos, are like, the quality's so amazing. I didn't expect this. You see that almost every time.
It is literally that. So it's always impressive for me to see, because it's like I quietly am there with a smug look on my face, like I know.
Exactly.
But that's because you're obviously very confident in your product itself, and the quality itself will speak for itself.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but that's the first time I've actually seen one outside of a photo, like the one that you just showed, the Halo Infinite one, and it is so high quality. Like even just looking through a webcam, I didn't realise how thick the actual frames were as well. So
so that's another thing. So the whole point was to give, like, I wanted the disc and the case to be able to be raised away from the artwork. So the artwork is a focus, but it's also acting as a backdrop to the game, because you want the game to be the front and center piece.
Yeah.
So the reason it's deeper is to allow that, so I can raise it a bit using the adhere method that I use. But the thing with it as well is some people want to use like special edition games in there. So imagine, so Halo 3, for example, there's a steelbook version which ends up like the case is like that thick. Like I say, it's about an inch in depth, isn't it? And that just about fits in there, but you wouldn't be able to do that without it being a deeper frame. So
So it's almost like a shadow box, is what we would have called it in the US. I don't know if that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But no, they look amazing. So do you have a kind of like a future plan? Where do you see this going in the future? Have you thought about it?
To be honest with you, I didn't think I'd get to where I am today so quickly. I mean, I never anticipated being as popular as I am. I know I've got a good product, but I didn't know how soon it would take off, and just how quickly people would resonate with it.
Yeah.
So for the plans in the future, I've got some new ideas and products that come in or starting to come out. So obviously I'm doing people's favorite films and albums now. I'm potentially looking at doing vinyls as well.
Nice.
So some people love just they want their favorite vinyl on display, because like it's got a nice color like disc to it, or the vinyl, sorry, not disc, and have that front and center with just like a little bit of artwork that shows around the back behind it. And the other one is, my most recent one is the controllers. So I've managed to finally source a frame which is deep enough to house a controller in. So the frames I normally use were just a bit too skinny for a controller to go in. The frames that I've got now for the controllers, it's a real deep one. So you just said about how that one was quite deep. The one for the controllers is really deep, but it completely encases it in there, and it's safe. So the mount, I've only got it for the Xbox Series controllers at the moment, but it's a 3D printed mount which is put onto a backboard, and then the controller just kind of slots in place. I do have it over there, but I don't know. Should I go and grab it? I've got to take my headphones off.
You carry on. You carry on.
All right, hang on.
And I'll tell our listeners to check us out over at twitch.tv/Rapid Review, so you can see this. Because it is very cool.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Sorry, listeners.
Oh wow,
this is why.
Wow, that is thick.
Oh, that is thick, boy.
It is thick, but
That
it
is
needs to be.
beautiful.
That is
So-
amazing.
Yeah.
That's breathtaking. Like, I'm not joking. That is beautiful.
And if you,
No,
I don't know if
you're
you can see,
Amazing.
if you see the where the mount is and
Yeah.
above
Oh
and
yeah,
below
yeah,
it,
I see.
it just allows you to clip it in and out safely.
Yeah,
So-
Do you
I
source
thought
those?
I did notice that.
Do you source
Say again?
those? Do you source those
Yes.
or the okay?
Yeah.
That is amazing. That I'm not kidding for our listeners. If you would like to go check us out at twitch.tv/FrappyReviews, it's worth it. That was a beautiful piece of artwork, and that's
Yeah.
what it is. It's artwork. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it really
It-
is as well.
I know. I'm like,
I even- I- so-
really like that.
This has been a long time coming because I needed the frame to be right. This actually does have a glass front to it rather
Okay.
than a perspex one, but the place that I've got the frame from can do custom size frames for me. So this seemed to be the perfect size for what I wanted for this.
Yeah.
But so many people have controllers on like those cable guys and stuff like that, which is great if that's what you want to do. But why not if you want to put like have a wall feature with like say you've got like 10
Exactly.
controllers or something, you could do something
Yeah.
like this and make it real art, and they're safe, they're
Yes.
encased in it. So yeah, it's just one of those things really that it's a new product line, and I've got a few people interested in it at the moment,
Yeah.
and I'll
Yep.
see how it goes.
Well, it is
That
absolutely
oh,
beautiful.
go on.
And I was just gonna say that is absolutely beautiful.
it really is. But that brings me on to just so you got another shot of it there for those watchers. But it does bring me on to a question, and I'm going to ask this because I want an exclusive. Let's be honest.
Oh goodness.
God.
Here we go.
How goes the discussion with Pope Art and the collaboration potential?
We're in talks.
There you go.
We're in talks.
Okay.
In talks. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm working on something with him, and I'm just waiting on final details before anything can kind of go live. We've been teasing a lot, like on Twitter, like commenting on each other's posts and stuff. So the
Yeah.
amount of people that have gone, oh, when are you two going to team up then? It's like, well, the time can be very soon. I've got the frame, he's got the controllers. We just need to do this.
There you go. Oh,
And that's why I thought I'd ask, because I'm really interested in that. He does incredible artwork, and
Oh, he
he obviously do
does.
incredible frames. So it's a match made in heaven, and you're both
definitely.
independent creators as well. So, but I will ask as well. Has there ever been any communication with like any of the larger companies like who
Yeah.
actually create the games to possibly do any sort of collaboration with them in an official capacity?
Not yet. I am working on some things in the background again. This is more stuff I'm working on. I can't say what it is because it's in early discussions. But
Of course, yeah.
if it goes ahead, it'd be incredible for me to do. But it would basically be supplying the staff for this particular game with frames for them.
Oh, amazing.
So it won't be one that's sold to the public or anything. It'll just be for them. But I think these developers work so hard on their work of art, which is the games which they make for us, which we love, and then we want to like I've got this frame of game to immortalize their game for someone that loves the game in the first place. But they put so much dedication into it. Why wouldn't they want their own framed as well? Like it's their job, and then they can just put it on the wall and love it forever. So
Yeah, I guess that would be really interesting actually, like a developer like who could literally post their entire like discography of the games that they've worked on across their wall. That would be a really cool idea actually.
exactly. I mean, I've seen certain developers before where they've got like just the game sleeve and then the
Yeah.
disc like in a flat frame or something, which it does look nice. But I've even been contacted by various people that have worked on a development team and have asked for the games that they've worked on to be framed. And one person even got in touch with me and sent me a photo of what they've got currently, and it just doesn't look very good. And they're not consistent either. So they're all different shapes and sizes. They're just like bits of white mount board with like the sleeve in there and the disc. And it's like, why not do it in a more consistent manner? Have it all like looking good, where you've got a nice bit of artwork that helps the disc and case pop out. And yeah, I think developers is going to be the next step for me, where I go, "Oi, do you want your game framed? Go on, you know you wanna do it."
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. Sorry, couldn't hear you there.
Well, she's gone quiet.
She has gone very quiet. What's happened
You on
here?
mute?
Are you sure?
Uh
This is... Oh dear, there's a gremlin in the system.
Go
I'm
on.
worried now.
Go on. Go on.
No. What?
Okay.
Have you run over your cable again like you usually do? It's, okay, right. Whilst waiting, I'll have a look through the chat and see what's been going on. So,
What we got?
Nana just said that he's looked at your page. Your stuff looks really neat.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's
Thank
big.
you very much.
Looks like could be another customer there. Usual regular Brent has come in and said, "Bueno, sorry I'm late. I was up playing Far Cry 6." So another person who was up late last night.
Yeah, but were you drinking? That's my main question. Were you playing Far Cry 6
There
whilst
we
drinking?
go. Can you hear me
There we
now?
go. We hear you back.
I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
Yeah, and finally, Nana said it was really cool for the controller up.
Thank you.
The controller frame itself. Brent put, "I don't drink."
That's all right. Pete
Oh.
doesn't. Pete doesn't
Okay,
drink
no,
either.
that's fair. I'm sorry. I do,
That's
and I
right.
love it. So
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's seen enough times of Kylie getting drunk. He's probably got drunk by osmosis, so...
You can never tell when I'm drinking, Pete.
Oh, you can.
you can definitely tell.
I'm glad finally someone backs me up on this one.
You can definitely tell. And that's coming from a drinker.
Oh gosh, I really do love drinking. But having said that, of course, I totally embrace people who don't drink like Pete.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's a choice.
absolutely.
You don't have to. You can have fun without drink.
That's
I can.
right.
I need to. but-
I need to drink a lot and often, but I respect
Yeah.
people's choices who don't.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna like lambast you for being drunk or anything like that. Like each their own. Totally with me. I've been there 1,001 times before in the past. It's just not for me anymore. That's
See,
it.
I was such a late starter because the area I grew up in, which is East Texas, they don't drink. They don't sell it in stores. They don't. You just don't drink. And then I moved to Ireland, and everyone drinks. So
No, they don't, do they?
yeah, just
That's
a little bit.
just a
little
stereotype.
bit.
We will not have those aggressively bad stereotypes being said on this show,
That's right.
despite how true they are.
Yeah.
Even if they are true, yeah.
Does Deadbeat drink? Where is Deadbeat? Deadbeat usually shows up sometime about this time.
I know why, but I'll tell you after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I do want a few drinks. But back to the subject at hand as we begin our wrap up, as we hurtle towards the end of this very cool show. I'm absolutely fascinated by all. Fascinated is the wrong word. Captivated. Since the day I saw a post of one of your products, I can't remember who posted it. It might have been yourself, but it was like,
I do post a lot.
yeah, no, it might be. But it was the Halo 3 one, and I was just like jaw dropping. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is gorgeous. And now seeing a lot of this behind the scenes, it is absolutely high quality, gorgeous stuff. And we're not trying to do commercial. This isn't like, sell-a-thon or whatever. But Pete and I do stand behind a lot of, like, when our guests are on and stuff like that. This is something we stand behind. This is good, people. You need to go check it out. Check it out. Yeah, for sure.
It is one of the reasons why we obviously contacted you to come and talk to us about this,
definitely.
because one we have a passing interest in it as well, because I keep seeing them. They look ridiculously cool. And I'm seriously trying to justify in myself spending that kind of money on it as well.
You've got a great wall space right behind you there.
It does.
that wall space is great, but it's temporary. So I will be
Oh,
moving
yeah.
into my own house at some
I was
point
gonna
next year,
say.
where I'll be contemplating it. So that's the
Yeah.
problem. I have to get clearance with my partner. So which is
Yeah.
why. So I've spoke to her about all of this. So that one day I can just drop in the casual. Oh, by the way, I'm going to spend a couple of £100 on this really nice frames that are going to go in my office one day.
It will. It'll be a great backdrop for the podcast as well.
Oh, don't you worry. I've already been formulating what I want to try and do.
Perfect for podcasters, perfect for streamers, perfect for anyone that just wants something immortalized. Come on, just
There you go.
Yeah.
Go and buy them.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was a thing that I looked at like many years ago, because I used to collect like custom controllers, like custom colored controllers, like limited edition ones and stuff like that. And I always used to like the idea of having them mounted somewhere. And now obviously that service is available that to the next generation who do that. I not so much anymore, because I managed to get rid of all of them, unfortunately. But it would have been nice to have something like in a nice frame that sat on the wall. Like what you can't see behind is I've got an even bigger wall with less real estate space. So it would be nice to sit there and go, oh, I'm working today. Oh, look at that controller, that's nice. Or look at that game.
Well, it's funny you say that. So that Master Chief one, this is my work desk here, and this is where I spend a lot of my day when I'm either working on Framey Game or for the company that I work for during the day.
Yeah.
And it sits right there, just behind. This is a corner right here.
Yep.
And if ever I make a mistake or I'm annoyed with myself, it's just a great quote to look up at.
Oh,
Like,
yes. Yes.
It's the Homer Simpson
I was
mentality.
gonna say, Pete, do it for her.
We are so on every 132 episode. We're all on the same book. Simpsons quotes,
Do
Futurama
it
quotes,
for
the
her.
lot.
Yep. No, but it's a great quote. Yeah, I just love that because, well, that's another thing though. Kind of what you've done is you've tapped into people's not just nostalgia, which is good, but there's something more. If there's a word that it means more than nostalgia, that these people like Halo 3.
Nostalgia, familiarity.
But there's something even deeper than that, because Halo 3 for me it's mind blowing. It's all my memories are wrapped up into that. All these good feelings and all that. It's
changed a lot of lives, didn't it? That
yeah,
game?
it did. It changed gaming. If we're honest, it put Xbox on the map. Now people argue and say, "Oh no, Xbox was there." No, Xbox 360 changed games. Changed it.
It did. I agree.
Yeah.
And that's not just me being a fanboy. It's 360 and Xbox Live and Halo 3 in particular. It's what completely changed.
It did.
We wouldn't be where we are today without that. So.
100%. 100%. I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Whilst I'm not like the biggest Xbox gamer, I do have massive amount of respect, obviously, for what they've done to change the industry. And I just look back on all those years of like going out to like midnight launches that probably wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for things like Halo 2 and 3.
Nothing like that Halo 3 midnight launch.
Utterly incredible, and I never even bought the game.
I loved being amongst all those fellow nerds that were going in to buy Halo 3 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, see, way back then, again, I was back in America, and also I'm female, so there wasn't a lot of nerds. There wasn't a nerd culture. So it was just me and the guy that was kind of my best friend. And just going there to the midnight release, and like there's other people who think like you, who are anticipating the same thing, and that's why I see Halo 3 and I see that the game and the box and everything, and it's just like, oh, happy times.
It was.
Yep.
It was.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
Just trying to think if we have any more questions. I did put a call out on our Twitch, so twitch.tv/Rabid Reviews, of course. So those audio listeners, check us out there. I put a call out for questions, so I'm just waiting for a few to come in if we've got a little bit of time for Q&A at the end of it. But just trying to think of any more questions myself. Kylie, have you got any furthers?
Well, I mean, have you considered, I saw that you did the mount for the controller. Have you considered doing like cartridge type mounts and stuff like that?
Question, yeah.
I do. So what, for like NES games?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I do have Super Mario Brothers 3 available on the store.
There you go. Pete.
So that's obviously the case and the cartridge in there.
Nice.
I've sold a couple of those. And the N64 games. I've done a couple of custom orders for those. So going back to the whole signed thing, one of my customers had a signed copy of GoldenEye from basically all of the dev team on the cart.
Oh,
so cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so this goes back into that whole, rather than it being just sitting on the shelf, just not being used or anything. It's now on display for him with the box art in the background. So it's just a nice way to look at it. So it's possible. The only thing I can't do is the cart from the Switch because it's too small. They don't do little protectors small enough for them. So
okay.
It basically just has to be the Switch game case that goes in there instead.
Okay.
But I don't know why you'd want a little cart like on display anyway.
I think that might have ruined one of my ideas.
Well, use the case. Cause
I'll use. Oh, I've got the case for sure.
You could always lick the cartridge and find out what it tastes. I'm dying to know.
I did.
Have you? Okay, what does it taste like, Pete? I just gotta know.
I can't describe it. It's the most foul thing you'll probably ever taste in your life.
Because they intentions for our audience. They intentionally put a coating on there to keep kids from swallowing the game. And since I found that out, I've just been like curious, but not curious enough to
licking
actually
Switch games.
Yeah, I haven't actually licked one.
Look, as soon as I saw that story, I was like, I'd have to siege for myself.
It's like one of those scratch and sniff things, but you just got to lick your own tongue.
Oh God, I remember those things back as a kid. They never smelt like what they were supposed to.
No,
they didn't.
No.
Never. Which is so disappointing.
They did scratch and sniff games too for 2 games, wasn't it? It was like Gran Turismo and FIFA.
Yeah, we spoke. Yeah, we did it. We spoke about this on the
Long
show.
time
Actually, it was a
ago,
news story not too long ago where they said that the disc for the PS1 versions of I think it was GT2 and one of the FIFA games. The FIFA one smelled like grass, and the Gran Turismo one was supposed to smell like burnt tires.
Yeah,
or
burning
burnt
rubber. Yeah. No.
That's pretty cool though.
It's a cool concept. So just not sure it works.
There you go. That's what you should do in your Framey game: is have scratch and sniff options.
I'll tell you something that I don't think a scratch and sniff option would be feasible, but there is something that might be in the works. And this can be a little exclusive for you.
No, nice. I like that.
It's not 100% guaranteed to work the way that I want it to, but I have someone that's working on something that I can implement with my products, which is, do you know what lenticular is? Lenticular, sorry.
Yeah, that's the kind of hologrammy type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the special cases that you get which have like a 3D effect.
Yeah.
He's working on something to be able to produce basically posters that do that. And if it works, it's something that I can use for my backgrounds that give the backdrop a nice 3D effect in the same way. So I'm hoping that works, because if it does, that can be a further option.
That's
I could
cool.
literally, all of the work that I've got already could just be lenticulated, basically. So the I don't know. So like the Master Chief one with the quote, could just have Master Chief being like having him so that he kind of shows in the forefront of the image, basically. Add some proper depth to it, even more so than there already is. So
yeah.
That's incredible.
That's very
cool. If
cool.
it works, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I will absolutely be doing it. But
please let it work. We hope it works.
I hope so.
I know how tough that is, but I also know how amazing it looks when it's pulled off. So
he's a friend of mine, and he's almost certain it's going to work the way it needs to.
That's good.
But that's his passion project to deal with, and then I can piggyback off of it and use it for mine. So
that's very cool. That's excellent.
Amazing. So just quickly, in terms of obviously like the retro side of things, you said obviously you've done cartridges and that. When it comes to sourcing those games, have you found that a lot more difficult? Obviously, because the retro market's a little bit weird.
Well, I don't actively sell many retro games. It's more discs, like from the PlayStation 1 era upwards, because they're easier to find. But even though PS1 and PS2 are classed as retro now, aren't they? But they're a lot easier to come by. Carts, it would be like on an ad hoc basis. People get in touch, say I would like this done. I'll ask if they got their own copy or if they want me to source it. If they want me to source it, I'll see how much it is. One person, I can't remember what the game was, but it was a Zelda game, and it was going to end up costing £350 for a boxed version of it. I was like, so you can
my
have this, but it will cost you this much, because that's how much it's going to cost me to buy. And they obviously said that is too much, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But it's a case of, with the so the NES one, for example, the Super Mario Brothers one that I've got, the cart is genuine because they can be acquired quite easily. To be fair, on eBay and CEX, they're not that expensive. But to find a boxed version in good condition, that's the hard bit. So with that, instead, I have a reproduced box, because you can buy those easily, and it looks new then. So because it's just being used as a display piece, I've got that on the product as well. It says genuine game being used, but a reproduced box. Obviously, the reason being it's a nice new box then that's in there. It doesn't make it look tatty.
Right.
Of course.
So that's essentially how I kind of get around it. But if with the older carts, it's as long as people cover the cost of the game, what it's going to cost, then you can have anything done really. And I don't even add a markup on the game itself when it comes to that kind of stuff, because there's no point. It's just if someone wants it, it doesn't take me too long to find something, and it's just part of the job. So yeah.
Okay.
I think that's fabulous. Well, Pete, did you want to finalize anything?
Ever thought about releasing merch?
Oh, goodness.
What, like Mr. Framey Gamey t-shirts or something?
There you go.
Yeah.
Probably not at the moment, but if I do end up doing like some conventions next year, then I will obviously be getting myself a t-shirt with Framey Game on it and stuff. I don't know. It's not something I've really looked into. It's like who's gonna want like a Framey Game mug? Like,
well, I'm sure I know at least one man on Twitter who probably would.
I know one too. but yeah, maybe one day. Depends on how things go further. But it's the products themselves are the main thing. They're the showpieces.
Yeah.
Well, if you're ever interested in merch, you can always come find me, as I am a merch provider.
You're a merch provider. Okay, that's good to know.
Yes.
See, it's who you know. It's who
there you
know.
go. That's right.
And this is why I brought it up, because Kylie will not network on her own.
I've done stuff. I've done some stuff behind the scenes for Deadbeat, and stuff like that. So I'm always up for that. Yeah.
So additionally as well, you said about the convention scene. Might I recommend, because they're smaller, but most of the people who have obviously done it have been involved with EGX in some way. Is WASD or WASD as some people call it.
That is a good one.
So it might be making a return next year. Not sure if they are just yet, but they had their start this year, so it might be worth getting in touch with them, because their rates might be a bit less than
that's fair.
EGX.
Yeah, I'll bear that in mind. Thank you.
Absolutely.
No worries. Is there anything else that you've got to add, Kylie, or are we gonna wrap this show on the road?
I think we're going to wrap it up. We think.
Okay, so whilst we're wrapping up, if there's any questions coming in, just post them in the chat. We'll get to them. But carry on from here, Kylie.
Yep.
Sorry.
Well, that's about what I was about to say. I was going to say, chat, if you want to throw anything at us, go for it. But
if can I answer the most recent one that's there? Where
yes.
How do you say the name?
It's Apophis, but it's Brent or Bueno as we call him.
Yeah,
let's go with Bueno.
Bueno.
So they've mentioned about the US shipping being quite expensive. Unfortunately, the price that I've got for the shipping is low as I can get it. It was originally so I don't know what it is in US dollars as a conversion, but originally it cost me £45 to ship one frame to America. So I've actually managed to get it down to, I think it's £25 now. So
that's
I've worked.
That's roughly
that's
about
a lot
30.
more reasonable.
Yeah, and that's roughly about $30 to $35.
But I can actually get the it's to do with the shipping weight of it. So the product weighs over 2 kilograms, and as soon as you go over 2 kilograms, it just jumps to the next tier.
It does.
Even though it's just on the crux of it, so the box is as small as it can be, because it's literally the size of the frame, just protected with bubble wrap and the outer box. But it's the weight, and I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. It's unless Royal Mail just want to partner up with me and just give me mates rates, but they're not going to do that. So
I'm afraid I'm here to say most of my customer base is in the US, and no, they will not.
It's just the unfortunate pitfall of having to work with a product that people want, but is quite, weighty.
That's the thing with global, access. Like, I feel like personally, I think your product would do amazing in Japan, but then I bet the shipping would be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it would cost in Japan, but I think someone from Australia, I quoted them, and it was going to cost like £65 to ship it over there, which it's just the way that it is.
It is, yeah.
I do.
Wow.
What I will say is I'm very, very impressed. So I use UPS for my shipping. They come and collect all of the boxes from my door, which is fantastic. I don't even have to go down to the shops or anything to do it. But I have shipped frames from my location here in the UK to America, and they've gotten there in 2 days.
Whoa,
which is absolutely insane to me.
That is insane.
I was using, DPD.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I was using them before, and I used UPS because they were cheaper than DPD to ship internationally, and basically DPD's UK shipments were arriving after the ones that UPS was sending abroad, and I was like, get out, DPD. You're not. Nah, I don't need you, mate. Don't need you. I'm using UPS from now on.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Yeah.
It is absolutely insane. I can't fault the service. They've all got on there safely. They go through customs on the UK side, then they get received properly in the States, and then it's in the customer's hands within like a few hours later. It's nuts to me.
That's
I'd
amazing.
love to be a fly on the wall in that customs office in the US going, what the hell is this?
They're seeing lots more of them now because I do have a lot of US customers as well. So
yeah,
they're so I got a sticker on the outside of the box that says Framey Game and stuff.
Oh, that's so good.
They know that they could go on the website and see what's in there.
Yeah.
It's not drugs. It's frames.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
There you go. Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Oh gosh, that's too funny.
Yeah, just coming in from Breno, he said maybe I can spend some birthday money on it next month.
There you go.
So you may have a US customer there again.
Yeah, but
Thank you.
Brent, I don't know. Does Warframe have a disc?
I don't know if it does.
Bueno is our Warframe expert. That's what he plays 24/7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for Forza Horizon, actually.
Oh, there you go.
He did buy the Forza Horizon 5 controller.
Oh, but you know what? That does bring up one more question, and then we will totally wrap this up.
And no, it doesn't, according to Brent.
Okay. But as we do head into this horizon of digital versus physical, what do you see? Do you have like an option for digital only games? Have you thought that far ahead?
So obviously one option could be to mock up a game case for digital only ones and do the same thing and just print out the sleeve and print it into a box that whatever platform it's been released on. But to be honest with you, I think for as long as I can, I mean, I need the physical market to stay alive for as long as possible to do what I do, really.
Right.
Because obviously if we go digital, games are going to dry up eventually.
Yeah.
But the physical market is still massive.
It
doesn't matter that the shift is digital is like 50-60% now compared to what it was like a few years ago. The market is still massive, and people are going to be able to find physical games. CEX still need to be around because they got millions and millions of stock available. So I think for the time being, I don't really have to worry too much. But there will. I'll cross that bridge when it comes if I need to. Or eventually the Passion Project will just eventually kind of go to a demise because people wanted to store their games on their bloody hard drives. How dare you?
Quiet,
Kiley.
Pete. Quiet.
You're gonna put people like Mr. Framey Game out of business doing this.
You don't know, shush. But you know that really does.
I'm sure he does that.
Yeah.
I do.
We actually, we had an episode that was physical versus digital, and I was
always physical. Thank you.
I was on the
physical. As much as I love the simplicity
ease,
of digital, It's that nothing beats having the game itself. I think games are the last media that should go digital, like completely. Like, I know we have our films and music, we stream our films and music, like we do, but games need to stay as.
I will
discs.
say this. I will say this. Like I've been a proponent of digital. That I haven't hidden. That's kind of my thing. But this week, and I'm sure you guys are very aware, HBO Max just took off like 2 animated series, just wiped them from existence. And the creators are like, they're heartbroken because it wasn't like, oh, this is going to happen. No, it just boom happened.
They just did it.
Yeah. And so they're like, we have no preservation of this because we didn't see this coming. There is no physical media. So I've created this thing and there's almost no record of it. That actually got me thinking, about preservation and stuff like that. Physical media preservation and things. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't the hundreds of games that were scattered across the bed next to me that was on show on that podcast. It wasn't the amount of the debate about the physical games over digital.
Our 2-hour debate.
The fact that you can hold it, you can feel it, you can smell the case when it's new and all that. No, it's because of an anime that has led you towards the realization that physical should always be a thing. Doesn't matter how you got there. Doesn't matter. I'm glad you got there.
To be fair, it was the developer.
It's important to have physical media. Okay,
God is gorgeous stuff. That's the thing. If they keep producing like steel books and stuff like that, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
This is one sexy steel book.
I mean, that is beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Look, to be fair,
I can't
I've never been
that.
the biggest fan. Yeah, I've never been the biggest fan of the steel books, but that one particularly is a very good one. I also think that the Dead Rising 2 one was also quite a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have to see that one again. I'm sure I liked it.
They are good.
Dead Rising.
Good. Yeah, because I literally looked. Yeah, Dead Rising 2 was a game that was made by Capcom. It might not exist these days.
I'm aware.
I know, yeah, but I'm just looking around and I've got a couple of steelbooks up there for Smash Brothers and Pokemon Sword, and they're okay. They're just not quite the same. I might.
There you go.
I might be getting in contact with you about a certain game series that I might want to preserve.
There you go.
And one of those is a steelbook version of one of the games. So
nice. Well, I can make it happen.
There you go.
Well, can you then?
Oh, we're gonna do this on air.
I'm not going. I was just gonna say, can you then message my partner and say you must allow this?
Yeah. Send me the Twitter handle, and I'll say no. You got to let Pete have this. All right, you have to. The Framey Gamey man said so.
There you go. Framey Gamey man.
I'm so glad that someone's on my side here.
But we're gonna wrap it up, and then we're gonna spend another 2, 3 to 5 minutes afterwards.
Just going to read through a couple of the last comments that we've got here just before we go, obviously. So, Nana said he might get the Dirt 4 one.
Ooh.
Yeah, seems to be a big fan of Dirt 4.
Yeah, so. Dirt 4 is good. It is good.
Also, the frame that I've done for Dirt 4 looks in not being biased, but it looks really good. It's very punchy and vibrant.
I was going to say the colors have to be, because Dirt 4 has all those the colors I love. So, I assume that it is,
Yeah. And then Brent just put HBO Max removed 36 shows and TV shows and I guess movies. He meant movies and TV shows from on Friday. So wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot, isn't it?
And it's,
and then you
gone.
also you then also have to take into account the upping of subscription prices as well, like Disney Plus are going to do.
Yeah.
$7.99 with ads? Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, we'll save that for after the show because I got stuff.
I know. Anyway, so I think that's going to do us really, isn't it? So, Kirk, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been really great talking to you, asking you obviously about Framey Game and the product itself. It's brilliant to talk to you. So, do you want to let everyone know where they can find you on the internet?
Well, yes, I will. You can find me personally on all of my socials that I have, which is TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and the handle is @FrameyGame. Very, very simple. All of them @FrameyGame, and the website is frameygame.co.uk. Or if you're American, you can put .com, as it links you to the site as well. But
Very
I am a
good.
UK-based seller, so .co.uk is where I reside.
Nice.
Excellent. I will have all of them in the show notes for everybody who wants to see them. They'll be handy little clicks. Do you also want to let everyone know about your other venture that you do from time to time?
Oh yes, the other venture. The guys better appreciate this, because if they don't, I'll kick their ass. I also do a podcast myself, which is the Grumpy Gamers podcast. The search for Grumpy Gamers Pod on Twitter, but basically we're on all platforms for the podcast, and we just talk about games. We are grumpy, but we're not grumpy. But essentially, I would be on there as a guest more so these days, just for the fact that I'm really busy with Framey game. But the other three guys are really good. They're knowledgeable. There's good laugh between everybody, and we run through the news of the week, what they've been playing, and we have a feature on every episode. So yeah, go check them out. Grumpy Gamers.
Excellent.
Podcast.
I will link that as well, but we also like to shout out our fellow creators, so.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Perfect. So, Kylie, do you want to close us out?
Yes. Not much left over with that. So I'm going to double thank Kirk for joining us, and I'm gonna thank our audience for joining us, both our audio audience, and our watchers,
our
listeners, and our watchers, as always. Pete, where can they find you out there in Never Never Land?
Well, you can usually find me on Twitter at PeteBeckett1, spelled BECKETT, and the number 1. I also do a Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast called The Never Watchers with my friend Kurt Lewin, so please check that out on other podcast platforms, good and bad. Kylie, yourself?
Yep, I just ramble a bunch of mess over on Twitter. Nothing, there's just no reason to go over there. But I'm over at Kiley to Create, which is KILEYTHGREET. And I don't do any other podcasts because I'm loyal to this one. No, I'm kidding. But what I will say, as Pete stares at me, I
could bring up any number of things that I could say here, but I'll choose to, I'll plead the fifth on this one.
But I am available for podcasts and parties. But that's good, and I take payment in the form of wine. But that's gonna do.
It's the only reason I get you here each week.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie. But that's gonna do it for us. It's been a great, wonderful show, and we thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
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 That's the show over.
Podcast.
I did it. Pete, I waited. Normally
You
I
did.
don't.
I appreciate it.
Normally I get excited and I'm just like, bye. Okay, so now we're done.
Yeah. So as an editor, it gives me literally no chance to even try and cut that part out. So it just sounds weird. It's like a dead silent cut there.
I know, it's weird.
Christ.
But we'll do another 5 minutes here on the 4 to 5 minutes.
4 minutes.
On the,
Yeah.
4 minutes on the stream if chat wants to wade in and do any more talky chatty. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. I really couldn't believe that HBO just wiped out entire franchises. Like, they're gone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and even though we talked about it all, was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. We did physical versus digital. Because Jonathan was our guest, so 2 weeks ago.
It wasn't last week, and it wasn't the week before. It was a couple of weeks before that, because we took a week off.
And I'm like, I'm very like digital, because I don't know. But now I'm starting to rethink things. Because someone said that pirating is going to be the only way to preserve, old stuff, like movies, games, and TV shows and stuff like that. And it's like, that's...
I'm very much personally for the digital kind of ways of being, just because it is more convenient and it is you gets into customers' hands a hell of a lot quicker, that kind of thing.
Right.
But there still needs to be a backup method.
Yeah.
We still need that.
I'm starting to absolutely agree with that, and actually for our chat or anyone that sees this later, I'm gonna recommend a YouTuber called the LGR, which is Lazy Game Reviews, but he actually unboxes and keeps a lot of old physical media, and and he has like some old computers, and so he'll run old games on there. His particular favorite, of course, is Duke Nukem. And which that's his, like, he runs it on everything to see if it's
so it's like his Doom, basically.
Yeah, basically, exactly. But I do recommend him because he does really unearth all this media that either I've forgotten about or is older than us, which is insane. Seeing that kind of stuff, like you see computers from like the mid to late 80s, and they're like, they look like they're from Fallout.
I really like that though, that old retro futuristic style though.
I love that. Have you all seen
cool.
Have you all seen the pictures from the Fallout TV series?
I did, only because you shared them.
Oh, it looks good. It looks real. I don't know. I'm scared to get my hopes up. I want it to
temper your expectations.
I'm trying.
And then,
Yeah. If
this
I go
is kind
in,
of we're talking about
if I
here.
go
She's
in
trying to
low-
temper expectations for the Halo TV series.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, Kirk, have you seen the Halo TV series?
I have not yet, and I've seen the reviews, I've seen the comments, and that has helped me to not
Avoid
expect
it?
much from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will. I've got to get round to it because obviously big Halo fan. It will be something I do, but I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be like fanboy about it.
Okay.
Go
So just so
in
you
with
know,
some
I
low.
think until the end of August, Xbox Game Pass has a reward that means you can get a 30-day trial to Paramount Plus rather than just the 7 they give you normally.
Oh.
So it might be worth it for that.
So I can smash it out before
Over the course of the
it's all
month,
available
rather.
now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I've been waiting for because I've heard it's a train wreck and I want to watch it just for that reason.
Just
I'll have to do that. No, I am a ultimate subscriber, so
Yeah.
I should be able to.
Oh
There
yeah,
we go.
because
Mhm.
also there's new South Park stuff on there as well, so I'll probably
nice.
give that a watch because they've got an exclusive movie on there called The Streaming Wars.
Ooh.
They've done it. What South Park done a number movie?
Mhm.
I
I've
think
heard
so, yeah.
I've heard
Wow.
it's pretty good. I've heard it's good. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it, but I heard it's good.
Yeah.
I do like. South Park is
Oh.
a great show. I don't
Yeah.
I don't give it enough time, but I don't have
Mhm.
enough time to
No.
to bloody watch it anyway.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like, because for so long it was such the standard bearer of just everything. Or maybe I just got older and I ran out of time.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's that, and I don't have as much time as I used to.
Yeah.
So
I
it
mean,
fell
the other,
down the list, but I still love it.
yeah. To be fair, like I saw something on Amazon Prime the other day that stated the Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was coming off of there. So I was like, I
But
better
I
go and
have
watch
that.
it then, and I did.
I have
It's still
that. Yeah.
amazing, to be fair.
I ripped that one, so I've got that in my digital collection.
Of course. You have. I mean, you could have bought a DVD.
But I did, and then I ripped
Oh, good.
it. Yeah. I
Oh,
bought the
okay. So
DVD
you've
and
got the
ripped it.
digital
Yeah.
version of the physical.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. You made backup. Good.
Yes. But I think that's.
I was going to say, now if you could preserve this with your digital games, that would be nice.
You know, I'm at a crossroads there because the thing is, I've never hidden it. Game preservation, along with media preservation, is huge to me because that's people's heart and souls. You know, they really put effort into that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then someone like HBO particularly can just, or as Pete experienced, Scott Pilgrim, the game getting delisted
So annoying.
until it was re-released, you know, it just disappeared. There was no, you know?
Yeah, but even then, they still put the bloody DRM on it in some way, didn't they?
Wow.
Stupid Ubisoft.
Yeah. that's Ubisoft though. They're gonna do that. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap this one up. It was a fabulous show, fabulous episode. Loved having Kirk as a guest. Again, reiterating what we said earlier, which is this is a high quality product. This is not a commercial or an ad.
I have not paid these
No.
two to say anything
Not
nice.
an ad. Not he has
Hashtag
not.
ad.
Not at all.
Hashtag sponsored content.
Nope, not sponsored content. Exactly. But go out, check it for yourself because it literally makes you stop and go, oh, you know, and that right there. I forgot we don't have audio, just visual.
It doesn't matter. Still show it. Show it off.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I
I know.
don't need to describe it because you can see it for yourself. That is like it's
Well, also because this is the post show that doesn't go out in an
beautiful.
audio format anyway.
Exactly. I forgot. It might be the wine. I don't know.
Is it obvious that you can tell who's the talent and who's the person who does all the background stuff?
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Pete's like, just don't trash your trailer and just be the talent. I'll do everything behind you.
No, that is literally what I say to people. I just go, oh yeah, the person I podcast with, she's the talent, you know.
It's true.
Using the old actors' terms, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just the
No,
talent.
you've doing a good job, Perrier. So
Well,
Thank
you're
you.
good.
Much
You're good.
appreciated.
But yeah, we're gonna leave you guys to it. We will see you next week with another exciting show. What?
Yep, we'll have a show for sure.
Yeah, because Pete will be going on vacation soon.
I will be, so that will be 2 more shows and then I'm on vacation for 2 weeks. So,
Right.
Nice.
Or
can't
holiday, as you guys call it. But so we will see you guys next week. Bye.
bye bye.
Bye.